So let me tell you, one of the biggest reasons I'm making fewer and fewer Magic the Gathering videos, even though I love the game, is because the community that currently has the quote most power is this toxic group of people that like to police speech and, you know, virtue signal, and it's just garbage. It's garbage. And I know that it's going to go away, and so I lay and I wait. And I wait for things to happen because more and more people are leaving the game every day because of the actions of a lot of people, really. You can blame the price of cards. You can blame, you know, standard rotation. You can blame all these things, and they are all factors. But for a lot of people, people my age, people who pay their bills and don't live at home anymore, and people that have something that most of these people don't seem to have, and that's personal responsibility. Look, you can be out of control of a lot of things in your life, but you can always control what you do. And because of that, you should always be responsible for what you do. I have been the victim of the cult of outrage in the Magic community many times, okay? It's hurt my channel's growth. It's disillusioned me from being basically a super fan of Magic the Gathering to someone who spends less and less time each day on the hobby. This is very similar to what's happening in the comic book world. And now, I don't even have to look for it anymore. You guys are always sending me examples of this. And I feel like it's fun to meme on it a little bit. And I think as long as we continue to expose this type of behavior, hopefully it will stop. Now, I know it probably won't. But as eventually, you know, Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro. And eventually, Hasbro is going to ask, why are sales down? And this is going to be one of the things I would tell them if they called me. And I know there are a lot of people out there that have left Magic the Gathering after they got so politically motivated. Lots of them. Just check my comment sections on my videos. Lots of people leave the game because they are turned off by this. They just don't make whingy blog posts or tweets about why they're leaving. They just leave because Magic the Gathering is a very expensive hobby. And if you're into it, really into it, you can't avoid this social justice aspect of it, and it's annoying. Kenji, one of probably NumotTheNummy, definitely I would say probably the most popular streamer.
What I'm talking about is the
most popular streamer. That's for tomorrow's video. Sneak peek. I actually have a response video coming out for Mr. Shives tomorrow. Kenji, he is basically well sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. He's always on their streams. He does a good job announcing. I like the guy. He's one of the few Magic personalities that doesn't have me blocked. Now, one of my little birdies sent me this garbage today. Oh, by the way, after retweeting this, I was immediately blocked, as predicted. We hear someone who calls themselves ally. What a surprise. Today, NumotTheNummy's chat made jokes about assault, identifying as an attack helicopter, and the right to criticize people's sexual identity. Some of the mods even participated in it, unfollowed until something gets fixed. Now, let me preface this by saying, don't send this person any hate. We can all have a little bit of fun in these comments, but they clearly have a really hard time with just living life the way it is, so let's not make it worse on them, okay? Let's not send any hate their way. And secondly, if Numot actually apologizes for this, I will have lost faith in basically all Magic personalities except one or two. First of all, Kenji has no responsibility for what goes on in his chat, okay? This is a fact. Second of all, I find it unsurprising you use the word right in quotations. Because you know what? We do have a right to criticize people's sexual identity. It's called the First Amendment right. Imagine that. It's right there. But you seem to think because they are criticizing something that you are sensitive about, it's not really a right. So people only have a right to talk about things that you agree with them on, right? And it sounds like people in the chat were busting out an old meme, identifying as a attack helicopter. That's a dead meme. Come on, Kenji's chat. You can do better than that. And just look, what this is right here is dog whistling to her fellow outrage mob, okay? It takes just a few responses to call on the dogs. Here we have, I don't know, Nick Prince. I bet you how many of these people have their freaking pronouns in their chat. Okay, this guy, he's a wannabe grinder, whatever. Oh, he has to put that he's totally gay. Okay, why do people feel like they have to put that in there? I don't understand. Oh, it was pretty upsetting. All he did was, chat, you're getting derailed, and I don't want to know what you're talking about. That's pretty weak. Right, because what you really wanted him to do was to clutch his pearls and admonish those 14-year-old kids just having some fun in the chat. You can stay with your delicate sensibilities, but the 100 people having fun and just hanging out, get rid of them, right? Sounds like Numot needs to have a conversation with his mods on what is and what isn't okay. The mods joining in is what bothers me. No, that's incorrect. What bothers you is they said something you didn't like, and you are outraged because that's what people like this do. They are outraged on Twitter. That's like their only job. That's why they all live at home. They don't really have any personal responsibilities other than being outraged. And here we go. Tagging AJ Satcher, which is one of the biggest losers in Magic the Gathering, and Ilion, which is one of the second biggest losers. These two are the biggest pussies in Magic. All right? Period. Actually, that one Daniel kid's probably also a bigger pussy than them. But, of course, he has to chime in. This is the first I've heard of something like this with his chat, and I'm a mod. Bringing it to his attention is step one, and now you've done that. So knowing Kenji, this will be the end of it. All I'd add is, really hard to stream police chat. Hey, look at that! Especially one as big as him. He's not paying attention to the mods. Okay, there you... Oh my god! I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Hopefully we'll fix the problem. We'll fix people having fun, because that's what people who think like this really want. They're the new Puritans, right? No fun in chat. You see it on Wizards corporate chat. No fun in your personal chats. If I'm offended, then you have to be offended. To which this is why this guy's such a loser. I'm coming from a place of great privilege. And to him, great privilege is being born white. Just so we all know. The guy's not rich. The guy has not accomplished anything with his life. So the simple biological fact that he is white is a privilege to him. Something he had no control over, right? We who identify as attack helicopters do not have... Yes! Praise Keck. Oh, it is Keck Skeleton, too. In that case, we'd like to thank the mods for not censoring people. Keep up the good work. Yeah, see? Look at that. Somebody said all the mean things. Look at... Oh, guaranteed all these people are blocked. Or people grow up and realize people can be a-holes on the internet and not take it personally. That is not an option, right? What's going to happen, unfortunately, which is why I'm playing less Magic than ever, is something's going to happen in Numot for this. I know because I made a horrendous joke about urine once, and Wizards of the Coast literally made a public statement and called me a transphobe. Well, endorsed somebody else calling me a transphobe. Even though, of course, I'm not. Who cares? Anybody who knows me or actually sees me interact knows that's baloney. But you watch. Numot is going to get a talking to by the mothership over his chat, and I would be willing to bet you he has these like rules in place in his chat going forward. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to lose 20, 30, 40, 50 people to appease this one person. And that's just a poor business decision, in my opinion. But it's also absurd.